Hey, this is Kenji here. Um, in this video, I'm gonna talk about how I'm 38 and still living with my parents. Um, yeah, never did I think that I would end up in this situation where I'm almost 40 now and still living with my parents. It's kind of I guess definitely unexpected, right? I think I feel a lot of times I feel shameful for living with my parents. The other day actually I have a sister that's young, 15 years younger than me, and I don't know, we just got into a fight over a really trivial thing, right? And then I guess we kind of started personally attacking each other. And one of the attacks she used against me was oh, you're almost 40, you're still living with the parents. What's wrong with you, right? When are you moving out? And honestly, I think, yeah, I think you really kind of hurt my feelings and kind of really put me in this place of shame, embarrassment, and guilt, right? I don't know, I feel I guess I could try to move out, but then I don't know, I feel I guess I've been really complacent with myself, with my situation. But on the other hand, I feel if I move out, find my own place to live right now, it's really going to I'm barely going to survive, right? I'm barely going to make my ends meet, pretty much, because I don't even make that much. And I live in California, and living in California is really expensive, right? I don't have 6-figure job, and yeah, if I move out on my own right now, it's gonna cost me probably, I don't know, half of my take-home paycheck. And yeah, I don't think that'll be good, right? I really want to save, or at least I want to start saving. Even if I'm 38 right now, I don't really have any save right now, because in my 20s I just couldn't put myself together. I pretty much wasted all my 20s and early 30s doing a lot of bad stuff, right? I was addicted to gambling pretty much all my adult life, and I never really had any savings. And I'm going to talk about my gambling issues and my gambling history on another video. But yeah, pretty much in my 20s and even in my 30s, I pretty much spent and wasted all my money on gambling. That was hard, yeah. So yeah, I don't know, I feel definitely living with parents is not easy. I'm pretty sure for my parents too, I feel it's not easy for them to live with me, right? To live with 38-year-old adult son. And I'm I'm still single, and I'm definitely I feel I fall into I guess unorthodox, unusual pathway of most adults, right? Adult men. A lot of men or females, men or women, in my age group, they're either married or they have their life together. They either have bought a house, um, they have, I don't know, stable career. They either have bought a house or have a significant amount of like down payment or savings to put towards down payment to buy a house in the coming years, right? But for me, yeah, I don't really have any savings. I don't, yeah, I don't have much. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, like, I really wonder, like, how I ended up in this situation, right? Like, I feel like I know I fucked it up, but sometimes I wonder, like, damn, like, time flew. Time passed by, like, so quickly, right? Like, how did I even end up in this situation? But, here I am, and I'm just, like, basically, like, barely scraping by without any savings, and I know that, like, I feel like I'm never really going to make that much money in my career or my job. At best, I feel like I'm just gonna, like, scrape by at best, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's how, yeah, that's how I feel about my life. Almost 40, nothing to show for. And I feel like, especially like in the Asian community, like I don't know, I feel like they really value independence, and they put a lot of emphasis on like family, raising a family, getting married, having children. I really wonder like what my parents like truly feel about me, about their son, right? Like when their son is still like living with them, when his son is like almost 40. Yeah. But I mean, like, for me, like, living with that hasn't been easy either, right? Like, I feel like a lot of times they're like really typical Asian parents, and I feel like they don't do that as much anymore, but like they used to really micromanage me. Like, I felt like I could, like, I don't know, I felt really strangled a lot of times. Like, like, I don't know, like every time I think about my relationship with them, like I have a huge sigh like this, right? And I guess they had the right reasons too, though. Like, cause I mean, what would I do if I were in their shoes, right? If I had a son that is pretty much like relying on them, even if like they're fully grown, like financially, maybe even emotionally, I don't know. But like mainly financially, like relying on them. I mean, even if like right now I don't really get any money from them, but I mean, still like they allowing me to stay at their place, right? Like it's pretty much like they're like offering me free rent, right? So they are giving me like financial help. That's which is like free rent, that which is like huge, right? Sometimes like I wonder like if like I'm pretty sure I might have like Peter Pan complex or something like that. That's what I've heard. Like when like people are still like feel like they're young, even if they're not really young, right? Sometimes I don't really feel my age. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, right? Like I really like don't feel my age. And I think the reason why I don't feel my age is because I haven't really progressed like after I haven't like stepped onto the next stage of I guess like life stages, right? Because usually like okay, like you go to college, you get a job, and then you get married, you have kids, right? But like I kind of have stopped like where after like I graduated from college, right? Like I haven't gotten married yet, and yeah, that's why I feel like I haven't really hit that stage, life stage, where I guess around this age most people hit, or a lot of people hit, right? For example, like I have another sister that's 36. She's married now and she has kids. She moved out of the home as soon as she got married, or even before she got married actually. I think she's like definitely more independent, a lot more independent than I have ever been. And looking at her, like I can definitely see that like she's like taking those steps of like different. She's at a different life stage now. So I feel like she's definitely more mature emotionally, like I don't know, like financially. I mean, in every aspect. So yeah, I feel like sometimes I don't feel my age, and I guess it really kind of shows when I interact with people. Sometimes people think I'm much younger, or like somewhat younger than at my actual age. I think like it's mainly because maybe like I give off vibe that I don't like, I'm not feeling my age, like I'm not acting my age. I don't know. That's how I feel sometimes. Yeah. I don't know, like I guess like my parents are getting older now. I mean they are old, right? They are almost like, I mean they're 65. And I don't know how much longer, I guess like I'm gonna live with them, I guess. I mean sometimes I wonder like, oh man, like how much longer can I actually live with them, because to save money. But I know that time when I have to like move out of my home is coming. But I don't know, like in this economy it's like so hard, you know, like everything is like so freaking expensive. Like I don't even know like if I can actually like survive with my wage, with my salary, right? And sometimes like I was actually thinking of like to myself, should I actually like try living out of a car, right? Just to see, you know, if I can actually make it, right? And you know, if I can like somehow like make it out of make it or of what is it, if I can somehow like be able to live out of my car, I think that's going to like save me a lot of money, right? At least like for rent. And rent is like huge chunk, right, of your spending. I feel like that's like actually like the largest spending of your paycheck, right? The rent and food. And if like I can't like be rent free by living out of a car, I feel like that's gonna be like really huge. It's just that like living out of a car, I don't know what it's like. I mean like I've seen a ton of YouTube videos, like, you know, these YouTubers living out of a car and like explaining what it's like to live out of a car, but I feel like I wouldn't really know like until I actually try, right? So yeah, I guess I'll have to see about that. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think I'll just have to just see what happens. Okay, well, thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.